picture in our title, what do we think it's about? And even this picture down here, what do you think this is about? Mohammed?
Battery cars versus hybrid cars.
Battery versus hybrid cars. Elon?
Which car is better?
Which car is better? Jace?
How you transport with like electrical cars or something.
Okay. Emma?
The positive and
Okay, positives and negatives of different cars and transportation, right? Alright, so we're going to read through page 15. Yep. And then I'm going to put you in pairs, and we're going to work on filling out the worksheet together. Cool? Okay. So Americans own around 250 million cars, nearly one for each person. A typical car travels an average of 19,000 kilometers or 12,000 miles per year. That's equal to going halfway around the world. Covering that kind of territory takes a lot of energy. Most of it comes from burning oil and gas. These fuels, called fossil fuels, are in a limited and dwindling supply. What's dwindling? Quinn?
slowly being lost.
It's being lost. What did we talk about last week? Eleanor?
Solar versus renewable energy versus non-renewable.
And our non-renewable energies are running out. Good. So let's highlight this. I'll underline it since I can't highlight it. That's okay. If you don't have a highlighter, just underline it. These fuels called fossil fuels are in a limited and dwindling supply. Everybody got that highlighted? Let's read the second paragraph. Quinn, go for it.
Burning fossil fuels also produces air pollution, such as when a truck leaches a cloud of black smoke. Even worse, burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide, a gas. Carbon dioxide and other gas floats high into the sky. They trap the sun's heat like a greenhouse and raise the planet's temperature. This is called global warming. The result is climate change, which has been linked to extreme in weather, such as droughts, hurricanes, and other weather-related disasters.
So what did we just learn in that little paragraph? Jace?
That carbon dioxide can cause global warming.
Mohammed?
Burning fossil fuels also produces air pollution.
Burning fossil fuels also produces air pollution. What are our fossil fuels? Do you remember? Go ahead. Natural gas?
Oil.
Oil? What do trains sometimes transport? Coal. Good.
No, I heard Lucy. Lucy, what did you say?
Oh, Lucy?
Who said plants and animals?
Plants and animals, yes.
Kevin.
Let's read the next one. Judson, go for it.
Fortunately, environment preserving green technologies are being developed. Some of these technologies reduce or replace fossil fuels burning by cars. Other technologies lower people's depend on cars.
Dependence, yeah. So, fortunately, environment-preserving green technologies are being developed. What does it mean by green? Does it mean the color green or something different? Something different. What's it mean?
Like plants are like genetically colored, and like I don't know how to explain it.
It's like green means like using
I heard the inversion.
not polluting.
Natural.
Natural.
So is it the renewable versus non-renewable we've talked about? Yep. So if it's green, would you consider our solar power green?
Yes.
What about hydroelectric power?
Yes.
Yes. What about wind and wind turbines?
Yes.
Yes.
means renewable?
Green, yeah, it means it's a better technology. It's not gonna cause air pollution like fossil fuels, right?
It is one out.
It's a cleaner option. Does that make sense? Okay.
But doesn't
Once-
it cost more money, like solar power?
Some of them do, not all of them. It just depends. Paisley, you want to read this paragraph?
In a June 2013 speech, President Barack Obama said, "I'm announcing a new national climate action plan to keep the United States of America a global leader in the fight against climate change." He called for a new minimum gas mileage standard of 23.2
54.5 mpg. Yep, so just read that one.
54.5 mpg by 2025. That's about twice what most gas-powered cars get now. He also encouraged further development of battery-powered and hybrid cars that run on gas or batteries. Both types of these green cars are already on the roads.
So what did we just learn about? What did that green cars paragraph teach us? Emma?
The green cars paragraph taught us. I forgot.
That's okay. It was kind of a big paragraph. If we look at green cars, what's that sound like? Remember, green doesn't
Like
literally
electric.
mean the color green. It means what?
Like a natural type.
Electric? How about
Natural.
hybrid? Or battery powered?
Yeah.
Okay. So he announced a national climate action plan. What do you think that's going to do? Is that going to help or hurt climate change? It would help?
Yeah.
Why would it help? Quinn?
It's not burning fossil fuels.
It's not burning fossil fuels. And it makes our gas mileage higher, right? It almost doubles it.
Mileage.
It's how far you can go, more or less. Every car is different.
So that's good.
So some cars, like a hybrid car, will run off of gas
Fuel.
and battery. So like they have a battery they could charge that will just, the car will run off. It doesn't have to use fuel. Or if it's a hybrid that uses both. There are some cars that are just electric and so they only run off of a charge. There are cars that are both and there are cars that are just run off of fuel. Do any of your parents have a hybrid car? Like a battery powered car? Yeah. Have we all seen a hybrid car before? There's lots of them. So let's look at our pluses and minuses real quick. So for a battery powered or plug-in car, a positive would be it doesn't burn fossil fuel. What's the other one?
Cost to fuel is around 1/3 the cost of gasoline.
It's cheaper to fill it up, right? Because it doesn't always need gas, right? It can run off of both. So what's a negative or a minus of a battery powered plug-in car? Judson?
Power plants make electricity to charge cars, battery burns fossil fuels.
Okay. So many power plants that make electricity to charge the car, they do burn fossil fuels. It only goes around 100 miles per charge. So does it go real far or just kind of far?
Kind of.
Kind of far. That's still a pretty good distance, but it's not as much as like a full tank of gas would probably get you, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna get you more.
Way.
What about charging stations? Are those everywhere you go?
No.
No. They're kind of hit or miss, right? Like there are some around, but they're not as
Popular.
popular as like a gas station. There are gas stations
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Literally.
So let's look at a hybrid car. What's that say? Quinn?
Battery recharges when driving, no need for charging gas stations.
For charging stations, okay. What else? How many miles per gallon does it get? 40.
40 miles. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So this tells us as the car is driving, it's charging its own battery. So it doesn't need a charging station, right? What'd you say, Chicken?
Where's the power coming from?
Where does it come from?
Battery.
For the hybrid car?
Yeah.
As you're driving, it charges its own battery.
That's cool.
But where does the power come from?
From driving.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's cool.
It is. So what about the minuses for a hybrid car? Eleanor?
Burns fossil fuels. Amount depends on how much gas engine.
So in a hybrid car, it has a battery. It uses battery and gas, so it's kind of both, right? So, what did you say?
Which is good.
It is good. It's going to use less gas sometimes, but not always, because it's going to kind of go back and forth, right? It's going to use what it needs. Eleanor?
Also, for battery powered cars, you don't actually have to pay for a charging station.
You don't have to pay for the charging stations for a battery powered car. Are they free? Yes.
Because it is free. Fuels.
So what's the last negative on our hybrid car?
Maintenance and repairs.
Why do you think maintenance and repairs can be costly?
Because it's very battery.
Because it's changing. It's like actually it's enhancing your
Because it's a new
car. It's
very
enhancing
complicated.
your car and the style.
It's very complicated. It's using two different modes of energy, right? It's using just the battery, but it's also using what? Gas. So if something goes wrong, is that going to be real expensive or just like a little thing?
Really?
Real expensive.
I think I just saw solar cars.
We'll get there. So renewable fuels. Who wants to help read? Eleanor.
Many cars with green fuels, such as biodiesel or ethanol,
Good job.
may be a better choice than using fossil fuels.
Biodiesel.
Biodiesel fuel is made from soybeans, palm oil, and other plants. Ethanol is made from corn and sugar. Unlike fossil fuels, green fuels are renewable sources. They also emit fewer greenhouse gases, according to the Renewable Fuels Association. Using ethanol in place of gasoline helps to reduce carbon dioxide emissions by up to 30 to 50%. The Oregon Department of Environmental Quality found that ethanol reduces greenhouse gases by 80%. Biodiesel has some other advantages. It doesn't catch fire as easily as gasoline, so it is safer fuel. Another benefit is that its exhaust smells like popcorn.
Alright, so what's important in this paragraph? I already started for you. But what else? Why is biodiesel fuel made from soybeans, palm oil, and other plants an important thing to know? Yes, I would like you to highlight it. Why is that important to know? Mohammed?
Because sometimes the younger people, they don't really know anything, so they don't really know what like fossil fuels or natural gas are.
So is it telling us what it's made from?
Yes.
Yes.
That's good.
So unlike fossil fuels, green fuels use what sources? Renewable sources. Which means what? If it's renewable,
It doesn't run out.
it again.
it doesn't run out. What sources don't run out that we've learned about so far?
Solar energy.
Solar,
Wind,
and
bioenergy. I can never say that word.
Solar, wind,
What is it, like hybrid or something?
hydroelectric.
Hydro.
Okay. Now looking at ethanol, what is it made from?
corn and sugar.
Corn and sugar. What does it smell like?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn. A free movie experience, yeah. Is there anything else that's important in this paragraph that we should highlight?
30 to 50.
What, Eleanor? I heard it.
30 to 50% in the things are.
Using ethanol in place of gasoline helps to reduce carbon dioxide emissions by up to 30 to 50%. Do we know what that means?
That means that the greenhouse gases that soil all reduce by 40 to 50%.
Exactly. Good job. So cars that have diesel engines can run on biodiesel fuel. Most cars, however, need to be converted or changed to handle renewable fuels. That's doable for a few $1,000s, but solutions for one problem often lead to new problems. As crops are turned into fuel for cars, food prices could go up. Why do we think food prices would go up?
Because there's less of it.
Because what?
There's less of it.
There's less of it and it's being used for cars. Could they just make more?
No.
They-
I mean, yes,
They
no.
can,
They
but,
could, they could mass produce sugar and corn, so that make ethanol.
Yeah. Alright. So that was our renewable fuels. Let's look at public transportation. Who wants to read paragraph 7? Elin.
The New York City subway system has more than 5 million riders on weekdays. According to the report, New York City's Green Dividend,
Dividend, good job.
residents gave $19 billion a year because they own fewer cars and drive less than average Americans.
How many riders does it have? 5 million on weekdays. That's a lot
That
of
means
people.
there could be a lot more on weekends.
Yeah. Let's read our last paragraph today. Quinn.
Dozens of big cities in the United States have subways or some other type of rapid transit. Running subways, trains, and buses takes energy. Often that energy comes from burning fossil fuels. But the cost to the environment each person is considerably less. As public transportation opinions improve, cars become less of a necessary evil. A subway line can improve the quality of life for a town as well.
What does it mean by necessary evil? What does it mean by this?
Less necessary?
It's less necessary, but why do they say necessary evil? What do cars do?
They
Pollute.
Pollution, right? So yeah, cars are necessary to get around sometimes, but if you have other forms of transportation, can you lessen the pollution?
Yes.
Yes. Good job. So, is there anything important in this paragraph that we need to highlight?
Most cars, however, need to, wrong one.
Oh, that's okay.
Subway line can improve the quality of life for a town.
Repeat it one more time.
Subway line can improve the quality of life for a town.
So that kind of summarizes that, doesn't it? A subway line can improve the quality of life for a town. Why can it improve the quality of life? When?
Because it's faster and it's better for the environment.
Faster, better for the environment. If more people take the subway, is there less car pollution?
Yes. A lot less.
A lot less. Especially if, like in New York, you have 5 million riders on weekdays.
That's a lot of people.
That's a ton of people. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do. You wanna read solar cars?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to read it.
Solar cars. Jacob, you have it read. Let's have Jacob read.
Some engineers are looking to the sun to solve the problem of burning fuels along coast. Coals powered directly by solar panels don't use any fossil fuels. Although these cars are in the experimental phase, some are quite impressive. The Tokyo Challenge was shown here won a number of solar car races. It went 3,380 kilometers, 2,100 miles, in under 30 hours. For an average speed of 100.5 miles per hour, or 63 miles per hour. A few questions come to mind. How much does it cost? What happens if it's cloudy? And where do you put your groceries or passengers for that matter?
What's important in that little sidebar, Justin? Cars powered directly by solar panels don't use any fossil fuels. What are our fossil fuels again?
Natural gas, coal, oil.
Good job.
And
Why is that important to know? Like why they don't use any fossil fuels? Elin?
Because if we use the sun, then there will be less pollution in the air.
And the sun is a
renewable resource.
so
What about in the winter? Like, we're not going to get any sun in the winter, so.
we do get some in the winter.
Not as much.
Not as much.
I did not know that.
Yes, we do.
That's okay.
No, always.
Alright, so the next thing we're gonna work on,
What happens if there's like no sun? Like what would?
well remember so they can store it for a short time. So you still have some. But, yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you pick a partner in just a moment. You need your whiteboard, markers, okay?
We're not doing it anymore, Jace.
You'll take your close reader. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your close readers, your whiteboard marker and sock, and I want you to answer what is biodiesel fuel. What are we answering? Biodiesel fuel. And then we'll come back together as a whole and do the middle part. Thumbs up if we understand?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no thumbs. Should we go over? There we go. Okay. Choose partners wisely. I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes.
Jace, come over here.
Tell me when.
Jacob, what is biodiesel fuel?
Biodiesel fuel is a fuel made from oils and greases, and what they do is they somehow, I have no idea why or how they do it, but they break it down, I guess. I'm guessing that happens, and then they turn it into fuel. So that's biodiesel fuel.
Your body. What's another word for power? Energy. Good. So it's a study of life or living things. The diesel is a form of gas and it makes things go. It has energy, right? Alright. Gas.
Okay, Quinn and Parker, tell me what you've done here so far.
Well, we did biofuel is basically natural fuel that's from like natural things that you make. Like it's like soybean, sugar. What we wrote is like fuel from plants and natural things that
Your
you
body
can
is
grow.
giving you.
Very nice.
That's
Good.
bio, and we're working on the other two.
Okay.
Life. Diesel. Eleanor. Form of gas. And fuel. Mohammed. Energy. So what context clues help us get to that conclusion? Or help us understand the word? Jake?
It shows biodiesel fuel is made from,
Shows us what it's made from. It lists its ingredients or how it's made.
so that helps.
Okay. Okay. So let's look at the very bottom. What is the meaning of the word biodiesel fuel as it is used in a caption on page 14? It's towards the top of your close reader. What do you think that means? Is it fuel made from living things? A type of fuel that is made from plants? A type of grease collected in restaurants?
Can you show me?
Or a fuel that is so hot that it's burning?
This one always.
It's better than fossil fuel, but if you look at page 14 in our close reader, tells us this one right here.
Yeah, burning.
What's it say? It says Piedmont Biofuel turns used cooking oil into truck fuel. The company collects grease from restaurants and converts it to clean burning biodiesel fuel. So what does that tell us? Which letter? What does that match with? Fuel made from living things? No. B, a type of fuel that is made from plants? Or a type of grease collected in restaurants? In that particular passage right here, what's it tell us? Where's it come from?
Grease.
Grease. So would it be C?
Yes. It's either
All right. Any questions on our reading today or biodiesel fuel? No?
No. Oh, I'm scared for the science.
All right.